by that way. Somehow practice. Every individual knows his her weakness. Means you know your weakness. Right. So you should work out on that weakness. Some individual may have, let's say, in this class, so lack of knowledge. So they should first go for knowledge. I know some individuals may not have lack of knowledge, so they should go for improving their writing. Right. And some individual can have both, so they should work for both. Right. But without writing, it is not possible. Anyhow, so this is how we can talk on these aspects. The example we have given, and let's say, what do you understand by ethics question that you are writing? The question is this, let's say that you have given some examples, virtue ethics, etc. Right? And he writes something else like this. Right? So what do you understand by ethics? So how can we write? So ethics gives an understanding, right, as an individual, right, how I should pursue my life. Right. On day-to-day basis, I face many objects, many different situations, right. I face, let's say, day-to-day basis, friends, family members, offices, right, society, and in that basis means in day-to-day life I face public places, private places, and in those places ethics help me to take a right decision, to behave in a right way, or to behave in a socially desirable way. Right. This is how it should be written. Right. Rather than coming to what you are writing all those things, give example of any public place and right. Right. So if you take any public place where you go, so ethics teaches me that I should not harm myself, right, to others by my behavior. So I may not generally speak in a loud manner. This is how you do. If you are aware that other people should not be harmful, right, by your behavior, so you will not talk loudly. And a person who is not aware of, you know what he does, right, and other people will be frowning at him, and it is not a right behavior. As an example though, don't take virtue ethics, utilitarian, Kantian, those things are artificial in this context, right. So rather you can give in some different way. Any public example you can give, any family example you can give. In family example also, let's say that many issues there are debate, discussion in the family. At times there is a tussle also, conflict also, right. My parents may have a different view, I have a different view, right. But I also know that elder people should be respected, right. So we should respect. They may have a different view, so we should not fight against. We should respect them. Right. This is one such way to behave. Right. So you can bring here compassion aspect, human values. Human values should be adhered. Right. So you try to learn, I will tell you that how these are called basics of human behavior. This is how exactly we do. Right. If you go to any, let's say there is a meeting, there is any meeting you have, how you go? You go, let's say by proper dress. You go and enter, behave very humbly. This is how it is. Right. So day-to-day life examples should be given. This you should learn. Always you should not link the things with those type of ethics. If you are jumping to linking that, you do not know art of writing. You do not know how to explain the thing. Right? Because linking is very easier now. Right? We can link very easily to many things. Right? So that's why you should not do it. Why? What is the motive behind this ethics? Why you are following ethics? Right. What motive you have written? Let me hear. Yes. Ensure self-respect. means no, it is a bit negative. Right, means you want to have self-respect. Yes. Hmm. Yes. Motive. Yes. Yes. Personal satisfaction. What you are writing? Hmm. Yes. Do right thing. Not decided. Yes. Yes. Bring harmony in the society. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Personal satisfaction. Disciplined life. Order in society. Just and peaceful. Hmm. Same. Good. Yes. What you are writing? Yes. Hmm. Become a good human being. Yes. Yes. Work life balance. नहीं narrow हो गया. That means as if you are writing in a organizational context. But question is very individual. Right. So वो नहीं आएगा. Work life balance. Good human being. Yes. No. Quality of life. Yes. 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 Mental peace and acceptance by society. Yes. Social development. Yes. Mhm. Yes. Hmm. Sense of responsibility towards society. Mhm. Yes. Detail. Increase transparency. Right. Transparency will come here. Do you think? No. आप पैनिक हो गए. Right. Anyhow, peaceful and enjoyable. Right. Right. Some of the answers are very good answers, by the way. When you say कि equilibrium, maintain external and internal equilibrium, that can be one. To right, maintain, let's say, harmony with society, that is also a good answer. Spiritual development, etc., that is also, let's say, mental peace, satisfaction, that can also be, right. Betterment of society, that can also be, right. So these are some of the, let's say that, he also told, I'm forgetting your answer. Yes, your. No, no, he told something relevant. Yes, yes, that is also good answer. So this way it should have been written. Great. So motive behind this is that now how can we naturalize it? So as a human, one is supposed to, right, live a life with some human values. Right. This is how. That makes society better. Not only individual but also society. Right. And society can become a livable place only when we propagate right values, right. So, when I follow my life on the basis of certain ethical understanding, it does not only bring internal harmony, but also external harmony, and it promotes social good, right. So, this is how it should be written, the motive behind this, right. Or there is another good answer people are saying, I follow because to be a good human, right. So, that can also be, right. You follow all these things so that you can become a good human, and this is the main aim of life of human according to Vedas, right. You see, according to Vedas, so according to Vedas, the main aim of human life is to be a good human, right. So through that we try to achieve perfection in our behavior, right. This is how. So these things can be written. This is how it is. So that should have also been referred if you have, right, some of the things. So this way we can try to live when we say, right. So this is how it is that we can say. Now let's take some other part that is called case study, theory section. This is how you should try to do it. Any question you have, you can ask regarding that. See, as far as case studies are concerned, the first most important thing I will tell you that you follow the instructions. Instructions are not followed by the candidates. So you should follow the instructions. Second, every year they will ask at least 2 case studies which will be entirely different in terms of instructions. Right. So whether you adhere those instructions, this is what. Right. Third factor is, when you write your answers in the case studies, what ethics you are writing. Since case studies are based on different subjects, and in those different subjects there are many policies, laws, procedures, etc., which we can write, and therefore let's say we may not focus more on ethical aspects. So what ethics we are writing? Since theory questions, you may be able to write, let's say that ethical perspective because of the question demand, right? Or let's say that some question may be different, they may not necessarily need ethical aspect. Let's say they can ask, what do you understand by emotional intelligence? You will have to write emotional intelligence, not ethics, right? So all questions we may not say what ethical perspective you are writing, but certainly in case studies, what ethics you are writing, right? So generally we have, let's say that in case study that people have written and people will write, I should give a different case study. So when we ask some case studies, we find that people write more answers in terms of law. Answer become more legal rather than ethical. This is how it is. It becomes more legal rather than ethical. Right. Or let's say that some other things are written. Let's say we had in past experience, there was one, let's say, drought problem in one city, water crisis, and it was asked to write some steps how to address water crisis. You wrote all those points which were related to environment and ecology, etc. There was a less point or no point at all from ethical perspective. Right. So this is how, let's say that the problem with this case study means when you write answers, so what ethics you are writing. Right. I will not discuss many other things. I don't think I should discuss. People know already. That's why I am not discussing many other aspects. Right. Now, any case study has 3 important things. One, the quality of options that you write. Right. Or even if you write the points, steps, etc., so the quality of the points, this is how one. The second thing is that when you have to judge any point as the most appropriate, etc., this is the second part. And third part is that you have to justify when that point. Right. So there are three important aspects of case studies where you have to write some options, or options are given, and you have to, let's say, choose, right, any one option justifying why you are choosing it. Right. I will tell you that on all the three aspects people do not focus. Rather you focus on unimportant areas. Right. Like writing more merit and demerit. Or let's say that selecting more than one point, one option. Right. That is also not a right decision. This is how it is. So it should not be. People also write options. I think you should practice writing options. At least two questions are there going to be which you have to write options. Right. Still, I will find there are many people who are part of, let's say, I know that, or, but they have not improved writing options. Right. We write options which are very different types. No. Blowing whistle, resigning, going away, running away, sending report to higher authorities. Show some application. So I have prepared one case study because I have to give a case study which is neither in my case study program nor in my test program. Right. To avoid right, overlapping. Right. This is a challenge I have. Right. I have prepared another case study for you. Right. Otherwise, that can become a bit repetition. Right. So I want to maintain this kind of thing. Suppose you are head of right, one association which has been formed, right, recently for redressal of grievances, right, related to pay and service conditions. You are head of an association recently formed for redressal of grievances related to pay and service conditions of allied services right, allied services and right, one all India service known as IPS. Right. Their grievance is that they have been demanding parity with IAS. Parity with IAS for more than 2 decades. The proposal was before sixth pay commission and seventh pay commission. And both commission refused to give parity. The association has given threatened to go on a strike, go on indefinite strike. If their grievance is not addressed. The association has submitted a proposal, a memorandum. The association has submitted a memorandum to the appropriate authority in government and has given ultimatum for 1 month. The appropriate authority has refused. The appropriate authority has refused to consider the memorandum. What should be the appropriate? What should be the appropriate steps taken as head of the association, by you as head of the association, after rejection of proposal? Discuss them, discuss the steps, and write the most appropriate option in the given situation with reasons. Second question, suppose they go on a strike. They go on a strike. Then, which civil service values are at conflict? Which civil service values are at conflict and why? You are given 10 minutes to write. Ten minutes given, right? Thereafter will discuss. There you don't have to write merit and demerit. In general, so let's discuss after this 10 minutes. Great. Seventh pay commission, you know it. So this is how it is. In 10 minutes you write. Persuasion, and they can think about their memorandum again. This is one point. Yes. Yes. The four options written. Which one is okay? By the way, which option you are writing? Third. What is third one? Steps. We have told steps, but rather he has supposed he has written option. Right. We have to write steps if you follow instruction. But we still will accept your options. Right. The question is on steps. When we take steps, steps are not options. Options are always discrete, the way you have written. But you have to write steps one by one. Then I have told the write most appropriate option. Right. This is how. I have changed the instruction. then you have to write the most appropriate option, not a set of options. Right. This is how. By the way, your options, let's say that anyone, do you find any problem in his option? Suppose we say write options. Do you think all the four options can be considered as appropriate? No. Which option is not appropriate? Media. No. They can go to media, no problem. Right. Yes. Going on strike is, let's say that, so a bit problematic, still he can write it. Going to judiciary is not an option. Right. This is how. These civil servants don't have rights. And judiciary cannot intervene in pay matters. Getting my point? Judiciary cannot intervene in each and every matter. So this option should not be written even if it is wrong. But it is not an appropriate option. Getting my point? So that should not be. It is like, let me say, you still people may not be understanding. Like if civil servant has any grievance, so whether he should go to CAG. Should he go to CAG? No. CAG is not a grievance redressal body. Or let's say that there is any corruption, so you will report to CAG. No. CAG is only auditor. So there is no CAG I am talking. I am trying to make him understand how the option is not right. We cannot write such option. Going to strike and you can write, but there is a bit problem, but it can be one option. Anyhow, wait. What is your first step that you are writing? First step. Step by step you are writing. What is the step? Hmm. Hmm. Yes. What step you are writing? Hmm. Yes. Yes. Good option. Good step. Yes. Yes. What you are writing? Yes. This appropriate steps, good step by the way, means it can be, we can never write perfect answer. Given situation, good answer. But what is the most appropriate option you are writing? But option means you should have written something else. Anyhow, ठीक है. It can be considered, but still, I will tell in given situation, I will give this time good answer for you. Right. Yes. What you are writing? You are struggling. Why you are struggling? Tell your most appropriate option. No, you tell most appropriate option. Hmm. Yes, what you are writing. Hmm. Yes. What regions you are writing? Not written. Yes. Any other? Yes. Given, accepted option, good option. Yes. Hmm. No, you are not writing steps. They are options because there is no link between first and second. You are writing options right away. ठीक है, option भी चलेगा. Next. Hmm. What is most appropriate option? What that third? Yes, can be, but there is a bit reservation on the second part of the option. Right. This is how I can say. Yes. What you are writing? Hmm. Yes. You cannot go to the tribunal. Do you think civil servants can go to the tribunal in this case? Why? Collective grievance. Yes, collective grievance, but more important aspect is policy matter. The grievance is related to policy matter, right? And the policy related matter CAT cannot deal. No, I will tell they cannot go for strike. And they, no, no, right. अरे सही बात कह रहे हो भैया. Right. हाँ, do you have a law background? ठीक है. It's not like this. देखो, going to Supreme Court, it is a policy matter issue. It is not a directly related to your grievance. Try to understand. सर्विस कंडीशन से इसका कोई ग्रीवेंस से रिलेशन नहीं है. सर्विस कंडीशंस जो है उसमें इस तरीके से नहीं है. सर्विस कंडीशंस गिव डिफरेंट पे स्ट्रक्चर. So it is a issue related with policy matter. So how can a Supreme Court decide with the policy matter? Right. This is how. अब स्पेशलिस्ट होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए, पैरिटी होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए, हाउ कैन सुप्रीम कोर्ट डिसाइड? Right. I don't think it is appropriate way, although Supreme Court can deal with any matter and we can go to Supreme Court for any matter. That's a very different thing. Right. Any other person who is writing a different most appropriate option? What? Rate differentiation. But option is not complete. Can you elaborate? No, yes, you tell. What is most appropriate you are writing? Go for discussion. Right. Anyhow, yes. बहुत ही इमोशनल ऑप्शन. क्या है फर्स्ट ऑप्शन? मीडिया. Right. Launching media campaign is not, it should not be written, right? Civil servants cannot. नहीं नहीं. That's very different issue. He has gone for bringing impartiality, let's say that, and efficiency in the administration. It's a general demand on the citizen perspective. He went as a citizen. Try to understand this. As a citizen, you can file a petition for ensuring your governance system. That's a very different issue. This demand is very specific. Right. This we have to understand. That will not be. No. What is most appropriate you are writing? What regions you are writing? Hmm. Yes, that can be. Regions somehow better, but options you need to show. Yes, any different option that any person has written? Yes, what you are writing? Most appropriate option? Don't create in chaos. Yes, moderately level, moderate option. Right. Yes, what you are writing? Yes, this is how. But let me say the first better step is written by what he is writing. This is how you can say the first appropriate step is that you should first is that you should seek clarification from the higher authority for the factors or reasons of rejection of their demand. Right. Good point that you have written. This is how. You should write this that why demands have been rejected, what are the factors, whether government can give explanation on that. So government can give yes or no. Right. Right. So when you write this point, that ki clarification, you should seek clarification, right, or explanation what you say. Government can, let's say, yes, no. This is how government can say. If government say no, then what you should say? If say yes, then what you should say? Right. If yes say no, right. Certainly now it is up to that leader and the association to decide. If it gives some reason, so that can become basis for further action. Right. This is how. In any way, let's say that what you should do is that you should rethink of demand. Right. It should be made more, this is how accommodative, we can write more practical. Demand should be made more realistic. Right. This is how. So demand should be made realistic. For that, let's say that what you should have written step next is you should have a meeting of all the, let's say, different services representatives. So a meeting should have been called of all the different services. There are different services. They may have their own respective representatives. And in that meeting, we should decide, let's say that for 2 decades we have the demand, whether our demand is practical, acceptable, etc. Right. So that should happen. Because, so that meeting should decide the further course of action. Right. Like it can be resubmit a proposal or submit a new proposal which may have some realistic demands. Guilty's demand can be, let's say, not parity, but breach the parity. Right. Breach the parity, that can be the one. Or let's say that generalists should not be appointed on specialist positions. Or let's say that they specialists should also be given higher positions if they have merit. Right. So that can be the proposal that you can submit. Right. This and give a time frame. Right. Another step, demand for meeting with the appropriate authorities, for putting your proposal, clarifying them, right, and also explaining the necessity of the demand, why demand is important for the efficiency of the civil service. Right. Because grievances are affecting the efficiency, performance. Right. So that should be explained. This should have been the step. Next step should have been, right. In any case, as a leader of the association, right, I will convince the members that not to go on a strike or had to go on a strike. Right. That should have also. Because a strike, first, it is a disciplinary offense. Right. A civil servant cannot go on a strike according to conduct rules. Right. It is disciplinary offense. This right they do not have. Right. Second thing is that strike, they are already, let's say that knowledgeable people, right, enlightened people. Strike is not an enlightened way to, right, put your demands or demand from the government something gets done. When there are other, let's say that, right, ways to address the problem. Right. So this way you should have written these points. By the way, when we are writing what is the most appropriate option, let's say, what could be the most appropriate option? No, the most appropriate should have been, right, seek clarification from the appropriate authority and then review the demands of the services, right, with an aim to make it more practicable, acceptable. This can be done. Reasons, let's say, what reasons should be written? What reasons should be written? Reasons can be that first, civil servants, so they have, let's say that, they shoulder responsibility in the society, right, to serve people. Right. Administration plays a very vital role in society. Right. In fact, civil servants are also, by their good conduct, they become also role model. Right. They are also ideals of the society. Therefore, when they will themselves go on a strike, so this does not show a right conduct. It does not show a right way to address the issue. Right. Second, the demands of parity may not be based on what you can say sound thinking, because parity may not be there. Right. So demands of parity somehow appear to be less rational. Right. Rather, they should review, they should demand for breaching the parity. Right. This should be. Right. Going on strike is also a disciplinary offense, it should not be there. Right. This is how it is. So these are the reasons they should themselves, let's say, set some right precedent in the society. If they have grievance, they should pursue with the government, right, rather than, let's say that, put government on hostage, right, by threatening to giving ultimatum, etc. Right. So this is how the reasons that should do it. The last question is, what are the conflictual values? What are the values which are in conflict? Right. 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 Equality versus equity versus service conditions. Right. Or equity, equality versus service conditions. Right. That can be one. Generalist versus specialist. Right. That can be second. There is a conflict, so that can be generalist versus specialist. Right. What next? Right. No, it is not. Equal pay for equal work versus equal pay for equal work versus right. Uniformity. Uniformity means uniform standard you have for pay structure to different services. Right. So this can be another one. Personal interest versus public interest. Right. Career progression versus career progression versus conditions of services. Right. Need for recognition, reward versus public interest or service motive, public service motive. So these are the things that can be done. Anyhow, all these things. This is not a point that you should write. It is very specific question. The point was writing in the first part. What are the options or steps we can write? Now let me say that one thing that it requires a bit of knowledge. Whether you write on disaster management, whether you write on Dalit case study, whether you write on any other case study, whether you write on women harassment case, whether you write on child labor issue, or whether you write on this, whether a case study is related to euthanasia or bioethics, etc., it will require an element of knowledge that you should have by the knowledge in the first three papers. Like it is expected that you should know some of the conditions of services or code of conduct. Right. Some of general standing you should have. Similarly, if there are, let's say, some other issues, let's say recently when Supreme Court has taken a judgment on one such abortion issue, you should know about the law. Since we study that, code of conduct may not come again and again in news. It is a less thing to know, but you should know for this paper. But the law may come of that in news, you know it. Right. So you should have certain knowledge about that subject. Then it will be you will be able to write. Otherwise, you may end up writing some of the things which are not appropriate. Second thing is that yes, in a given situation, your options may be acceptable, but whatever the regions that you write, they become more important. And regions you cannot write without again writing the subject matter and the related values. Okay. This we can cover. Or especially the conflictual values, so that requires certain specific knowledge. Right. That again can be done when you have some knowledge in this aspect. So this way, let's say that it can be, or we can analyze about this. Any other question that you have, so you can ask. I have not told some other basic things. I think you should know it. I have ignored this. There are different types of case studies, the subject matter, etc. All these things. Let's say that. So that I have not told. Right. Generally, I have told in the past that you should know that whenever you have the case study, you should know its subject matter. Subject matter is in which subject matter the case study is. This is very important to know, and accordingly you can apply facts, values, etc. Right. So then let's say that you should try to know what are the basic things or the main aspect of the case study. What exactly the main issue in the case study, or what is the main aspect of the case study, what exactly they are trying to ask. Right. The main aspect in this case study was as a leader that you decide whether demands are really genuine or not, or what we should do. So if you have thought over that, right. So the main issue or the main aspect of that case study, if you are able to identify, you will be able to write as. Right. This should be taken into consideration. Then let's say that whether you can use some of the ethical perspective. So what ethics we are writing? Suppose in this question, what ethics we are trying to write? Have you written any ethics in that? Do you find we have written any ethics? Right. Yes, there are ethics. Ethics are itself that you cannot go beyond conduct rules. Right, public good, public interest. This is how you have responsibility to serve. You can yourself not create chaos and etc. Right. This is how ethics does not mean writing always deontology, teleology, Kant and Aristotle and etc. Right. This your demand should be rational and objective. That is also ethics. Right. Demand should not be irrational. You cannot put government right on hostage. This is how it is. So these things are that ethical aspects that you are writing. Right. So this is how we can address all these things. Right. Any other questions? Should we finish? Right. See, there are two types of instructions. One that you have to write options, and then after writing options, you have to choose the most appropriate one. Second type is that you have to write courses of action, means you have to write step by step, and then you have to write the best course of action. Right. And then reasons. Right. Then when options are there, you have to evaluate the options. When you have to evaluate the options, there you don't write everything. Right. When you write merit and demerit, so merit and demerit, you do not write reasons and justify. You should write after writing merit and demerit, the most appropriate option and the reasons why you are selecting that option. When you are writing merit and demerit, you are writing, let's say that what are the merit of that point. I will go on strike, or one should not go on strike. So one should not go on strike, so what is the merit? And one should not go on strike, so what is the demerit? Demerit is that if you do not go on a strike, your concerns will not be, let's say, heard by the government. It will not be taken seriously. Right. So this is how merit or demerit you are writing. Suppose you have to choose this option as the most appropriate. We should not go on a strike. Most appropriate. So what reasons you will write? The reasons are not merit and demerit. Reasons are that a civil servant is not supposed to go on a strike. Getting my point? No. Merit and demerit, let's say positive and negative aspect of that point, not the consequence. Or to some extent you can take as a consequence. But why you are choosing that option, that is the reason that you have to write. No, yes, what, choose the option. Then, then what, you will write in regions. Yes. Apart from more merits, you have to write justify that why you are. Justification will require writing some more points on that, which can be more, let's say, larger aspect of the point. Getting my point? This is how the difference. So merit, merely merit. Second thing is that you should not write all the merits in that. Right. Some merits you can save and write in the regions. This you can. But writing merits and justifying, both are two different things. Right. Yes, merits can become basis to justify, but justify means you have to prove it, why you are. Right. You have to write many references, examples, then there will be justification. Right. This we can. So should we finish today? Okay then, all the best for your main examination. This is our